You're listening to a Shockcast original. Shock.
The C Word with Callista. So welcome back to the C Word with me, Callista, where we get to talk to all your favorite content creators and try to discover what makes them so successful. So you might know today's guest from Asia's Next Top Model, or from hearing her on Hit, from hosting events, or you might just be one of her 149,000 followers on Instagram. It's Melissa!
Hello!
Okay, so first things first, this is the question that I get asked the most whenever your name comes up anywhere. How do you pronounce your last name?
How I pronounce my last name is Ting. So Melissa Ting.
Melissa Ting. Okay, cool. So your content is both in English and Malay, right? Like, how and why did you decide to focus on two different languages? Because the content is quite different, right?
Personally, I speak English and Malay a lot because I went to Kebangsaan school. So we always spoke English and Malay, and we rojak all the time. So it was just very me. It's just how I speak. So it's the kind of content that came out, I guess.
So your Malay has always been good lah.
I also have been talking to all my friends and my classmates in Malay since I was in kindergarten.
I don't know, I'm the total opposite, right? Because I went to Chinese school all the way from primary school to secondary school. So, and then of course, because coming from Sabah, the Malay there and the Malay here is completely different. When I was watching your videos and stuff, I was like, wow, it's so different, I guess, because I knew you from hits. And then when I followed you on social media, I was like, oh, that's a bit different.
Right. And I guess my weakness is because I can't speak Chinese. So I feel like the Chinese skills got transferred into the English and Malay language. So it's it better be good lah, right?
I don't know, being bilingual, do you do this? Because sometimes I'll remember the word that I want to I'm speaking to someone in English, right? And I'll remember the word in Malay and Chinese, but the English word is just lost somewhere in my brain. It's just so annoying.
I get you.
So what do you think is the main draw that people have to your content?
I guess I try to keep it very real on my page, and there are different kinds of content that people like. They like it to be very perfect. There are some people who like content like mine, which is super real, girl next door kind of thing. So I think if they like my sort of content, then they would be following me.
I feel like you focus a lot on videos, right?
Yes, I love making videos, babe.
How do you decide what kind of content you want to create?
I feel like I follow my moods. If I feel like the idea, the inspiration has come, and then I'll just do it.
So that was going to be one of my questions. So you don't follow an upload schedule?
Oh no, because I know a lot of people do that. This works for me so far, and I don't want to force something that is not going to come out. Then I would wonder how they would keep producing content if it's scheduled. Personally, I feel like creativity just kind of flows. That's when your best content comes out. So I would never try and force it to be die by this week I need to push out 10 videos. And I feel like if you want to do it, it should be flowing from your heart, and you feel the thing and you think it's oh my god, this is so great. Then you just do it. It's how I feel about it, at least.
And you also edit your own videos, right? So how long does it take for you to edit, on average?
So I think it depends on the video. There are also some videos where it's just very short sketches because the idea is very short. So the edit is very fast. I can do it in maybe 15 minutes, half an hour maybe. The long one took a whole week.
Honestly, when I do videos, I kind of gave up, because what I always used to do was I'd film something and then it would sit in my hard disk forever. The editing part always gets me.
I have had a lot of help from editing from a lot of my friends. I'm not an editor, right? I mean, we are hosts. We're very comfortable on camera and stuff, but editing is a whole nother game. So I don't know who said that it was easy to be a content creator. Excuse me.
And is online Melissa any different from real life Melissa? Do you exaggerate your persona a little bit online, and in real life you're a little bit quieter?
I feel I'm very extroverted online and offline. I just feel I'm just naturally very bubbly. I also have a bit more quiet moments where I feel I need to be a bit of an introvert.
Were you immediately comfortable with the camera, or was it something you had to slowly get used to?
I think initially I felt very self-conscious because I was am I being self-absorbed to film this, and who even wants to watch me?
But when you live your life online, you do get judged by a lot of different groups of people. Leads into my next question, which is, how do you balance your interaction when you get overzealous fans? You know what I mean?
I feel if someone is being really nice to me, then I'm really nice to them. But those people who are really nasty, then I don't lie on them. If you're gonna be nasty about it, I'm not gonna take time to reply you, because life is short. I've got 100 good comments. Why would I spend time on you?
And I feel having so many people following your life online, you must get hate comments, right? So how do you with them? Like, do you block them or do you just ignore them? What is your way of dealing with like people who are just nasty?
I don't reward bad behavior. So if they're not nice to me, I either ignore them. I've even had to block a few people because they were really like angry at me, and I was like, okay, I don't really need this negativity, so I feel like blocking you, and I'm gonna block you. So that's that.
You seem to always be on top of trends when it comes to videos, right? Like I feel like every time a new trend comes out, I will definitely see a video from you. So how do you keep up with that?
Like the recent song from Blackpink and Selena Gomez, I love the dance so much, so I did like a TikTok dance of it. But there's some songs where I don't like from different artists, which are my favorite, but I don't do it because I didn't like it. For me, like coming back to your question, I could not do content about it because I didn't personally love it. If I did, then I would do something about it because I felt like it. But if I don't feel like it, then I just don't do it.
Is there like a difference between the content you create on different platforms? Instagram, TikTok, even like YouTube, like is there a difference between the content you create or?
All I do is I just do one and I just post it on.
Okay, so you also collab with a lot of like different artists and like creators, right? So how do you come up with like the perfect idea to like collab with everyone? Because you know everyone's so different. So when you know someone, like how do you come up with an idea that you think, okay, this is perfect for them and they will probably love to do this as well?
Personally, for me, because I want to make sure I feel comfortable with the person, then only I would do it. Because I'm creating this content for fun. There's nothing forcing me.
Have you ever like suggested content and then that person like rejected?
I think so. A couple of days ago, so I was sitting down with Vika. And I was like, hey, you want to do this TikTok or not? And he's like, no, it's not funny. I said, okay. It's not a terrible rejection, but like, I mean, yeah, he just didn't think it was funny. So I was like, okay, then don't do it.
But you're fine lah.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
how do you negotiate the terms of like a brand collab?
When you say something, and you must be willing to not have the job. So I think it depends on like what is your important thing. So for example, if I don't believe in something, I cannot say it. Then I'll tell them I'm not willing to say this because this is not what I believe in. This is not what I stand for. All my fans know that this is not what I do. And when I say that, I need to be prepared for them to be like, okay, then I don't think we would like to progress with this. And I'll be like, okay, then that's fine.
Okay, so how did you learn like what works and what doesn't for you?
Okay, you know how like usually the first few videos that you record of yourself like ever, and you think that that is you. I feel like after a while you just kind of get that like who you are, and then you just get better at projecting it. It really takes time for you to figure out who you are, and then you portray that out. The more you are honestly yourself, your most authentic self, that's when you feel comfortable and everything just flows. It just comes across and people just know it's real.
Are you an active scroller or are you a passive scroller?
Recently I've tried to curb it actually, because I realized it's not been helping my mental health a lot, because you tend to compare. But when I'm on, I'm usually quite active. I'm like, I'll comment a lot because I'm very talkative, so I have to express. When I see a picture, I must tell my friend they look good.
What is the hardest part about content creator for you?
If I have to say, maybe getting terrible messages. Initially, when I first started, it was very addictive to read comments, because even if it was bad, you want to know why, and like, why doesn't this person like me? But then after a while, right, you really, like, once you get it enough, then you will know, like, you need to curb it, because if not, it's really very bad for your mental health. Like, legit, it's very bad.
So final question. This is the most important question of the entire time.
Okay.
I think you have asked this question to a lot of whoever you've interviewed as well, okay? Any advice for anyone who wants to do what you do?
I feel like I keep saying this, but it's really because it's how I do it, and it really works for me, and I hope it works for you too. Do it when it comes from your heart. Like, if you don't feel it, please don't force it. If you're trying to do content, always do something that you feel is you. If you feel uncomfortable, again, like, just have fun with your content, man. Like, content is supposed to be fun.
Alright, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
The C Word with Callista.